Jeff, the Lions have the youngest roster in the NFL.
They do.
Concern?
No, if anything, this just reminds me, and maybe reminds a lot of other people, that I think chill on the expectations a little bit. People who are coming out saying 10, 11 win team. This is the issue. When you have a young team like this, not only the unpredictable, but you look at the inexperience too. Like learning how to close games. You got Jared Goff. That's the great sign. But defensively especially, to have guys like Jeff Okudah now not playing a lot of career games, being really a starter this year, Aiden Hutchinson, Charles Harris coming off a great season, but can he repeat that? Like, there's a lot of things you're going to have to rely on. Does Aleem McNeil take the next step? There's a lot of things I'm going to be watching this year for the Detroit Lions, even the receiving core as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown, second year. So I get it. This is an exciting team. There's a lot of talent on this team around Jared Goff. Defensively, you have some questions, but definitely offensively, there is a lot of talent. But the fact of the matter is, this team is young. There's still a lot of things. There's still a growing process. I'm not saying they're going to suck this year, but if they win 6 games, 7 games, to me, that's still a success. You pretty much have doubled your win total from the previous year, and I get it. Well, Jeff, they have the easiest schedule. Really. It's based on last year's predictions. So if you're talking about what teams got better, I don't think it'd be as easy as listed. So when I first see this, the youngest team, Adam, it's good because it tells me that you're building from the foundation. You drafted all these players. Malcolm's going to make a start this year. He's a rookie. Amon-Ra starting. He's a second-year player. Kirby Joseph's going to be playing. He's a rookie. Like, there's a lot of young guys that are going to be playing this year. We'll see what Josh Paschal does when he gets back. But honestly, the only 2 things I took away from seeing this, Adam, is one, there's going to be some games where you kind of scratch your head and you're going to be able to blame the inexperience on this team. But another thing is, it just reminds me, and maybe it reminds a lot of other people, that if you're banking on this team to have a successful year or just sneak into the postseason, you're banking on a team that's one of the youngest in the NFL. So that's the thing you have to consider. The inexperience and the unpredictability, really, are the 2 things I took from seeing that initial, the Lions are the youngest team or one of the youngest teams.
So the difference between the NFL and, let's say, the NBA is if you field the youngest roster in the NBA, you're probably tanking.
Right.
And if you field one of the younger rosters in the NFL, it's not necessarily a sign that you're going to tank.
Right.
You may be early in the process, and that's kind of where I have the Lions right now. I think they're early. Next year is the year I think we can sit up here and have a conversation and say, again, based on a few factors that I've gone over way too many times, you guys know the deal here. If Dan Campbell is what you believe or want him to be, if Jared Goff can play to the level you expect him to play, given Ben Johnson and his creativity and his control on the offense, you're going to show improvement this year. This is not a 3-win football team this year.
No.
Absolutely is not. It is not a 4-win football team. And I would even argue this is not a 5-win football team. And I would consider that a very bad season. You should win 7 games. And going into next season, the conversation we need to be having, Jeff, is they could be on the outside looking in at the division title, given Green Bay, Minnesota. We'll see what happens this season. Mm-hmm. But you know what? They're in the conversation of a team that could contend. You sit there right now, the Packers have won 13 games for the last 3 years, Jeff, no? The Vikings this year, though, the conversation we have, including me, obviously I have them winning the division, but regardless, the Vikings will contend for the NFC North. I don't think many people would even disagree with that. Next year, the conversation must be, can the Lions contend for the division? They don't have to win it, quote. They don't have to. Where if they don't win it, you're out. In the NFL, it's every 3 years. It's a cycle. You should win. You should be able to. But context matters. And I don't want to go 32, 34 games ahead of time when we haven't even played game 18 under Dan Campbell. So I'm not going to do that this morning. What I am going to do is tell you where you need to be. Because that's where the teams that are looking to improve, I don't know, dare I say win, they're improving. And it's showing not on the roster only, on the field.